morning. Today I'm working on my collection obsession, and it's the, let's name it, it's Gingham Garden. I know I have something here that says it. Gingham Garden, and it's by crepe paper. Okay, so I am also gonna scrapbook a picture of my mom, her mom, me, and my daughter. So it's 4 generations, and it's from like 78, I think. So I'm also going to be using kind of this page maps of this year, and it's like I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I'm using this one. It has like about 1 inch around that's matted. And then this is like a 10-inch paper. And then she actually has 3 photos on it, but I'm just going to be using 1. And I'm using a strip of this paper too. It's the paisley. And when I punched it, I was using that knockout punch, and I kind of ruined it here, but since I only have 1 picture, I'm actually going to kind of overlap this just because of the way that I laid things out. And so, and I'll have some other changes, but it's very similar to that. So that's that. And I'm gonna stick this down the side. And I'm just picking a spot. You know, that's how I work. Oh, I have to tell you, things got very hairy while I was putting this together. In the famous words of Ginger Bush from Ginger's Corner, this is what I encountered. It dangled right down on top of my light, and then it walked down here, and it's like, and it was very, I mean, it was watching me watch it. It was creepy. So I called my husband. He's on his way to get plants, and that's why he's not announcing today. And anyway, I called him and I said, you have to come home and get this spider because it is very scary. And he said, just carry the light outside. And it's like, oh, yeah, that seems easy. But it really wasn't, because when I picked it up the light, it started climbing up the light. But I did get it outside, and then it didn't get off the light, so I had to knock it off there with a stick, and it made me so mad that I had to deal with it that I smashed it. I said, I don't care if they're outside, but once they come in the house, they're just fair game. Okay, I also, in my kit, I brought in those little pieces that, oh, I'm trying to pick this thing up, that, oh, it's not even here. Just a minute, I'm gonna make all kinds of noises, complaining about where have I put it. Oh, here it is. It's my Counterfeit Ephemera Kit 49 Market. But anyhow, I had put these pieces in here and tore them, and after I stitched on them, and I just think it's a fun thing. And so every time I get them close to my table, I use them. So I'll tell you, it's just a neat thing because you can just put them on anything. So I'm going to stick this paper here. When I cut it, you know, it's like I'm kind of going on this plan. So when I cut it, I actually, even though this looks bigger than the picture here, I just made it a little bit bigger than my picture, but I made sure I made it big enough for my torn paper piece. And you know, I leave my strings. It's the way I like them. because since I bothered to sew on them, I want you to know that it's there. Makes sense, doesn't it? I think so. Okay, so I am going to hopefully line this up here. Oh, and I can't push it all the way down, but I'm going to kind of get it where I think it's supposed to be. Oh, and maybe up a little bit further. So you see I'm covering up that little flaw. It's like I thought, oh, I don't want to cut off another piece because, you know, what if I need all that paper? Which, you know, we never use it all. Well, sometimes sometimes I do, but it's rare. Okay, and this is the washi tape. Oh, and it's so funny because this is how it looks on the roll. I know it's kind of hard to see. Oh, my battery's gonna die. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And before I go too far, I want this doily here. In the sketch, it has the title here, and there's something here. It looks like a word cloud or a bubble kind of thing. But I'm going to use this doily because, you know, my grandma's on there. I'm on there. I'm the other doily lover in the family. I remember my mom used to have some. I think she even had plastic ones. Isn't that funny? You never had to iron those. Okay, and I think I want it kind of like this. I'm gonna kind of, whenever I lay down a doily, I kind of line up something so that it looks like it's even there. So I'm gonna probably do about that, and then I think I'm just gonna put some glue right under that area. Okay, that should hold that down, I think. I don't know why this glue bottle is so noisy. Okay, and I'm gonna put this down a ways, and oh, actually I'm gonna kind of put it over to the side because since she had more pictures, they kind of took up more room this way, so I thought I'm gonna do that too because I like that look. I'm going to kind of lay it there gently. Oh, I never did measure to see if this is straight, but it's a little crooked, but that's okay. I think it looks even here and here, so it might have been just me doing the others, just the cutting. And now I'll straighten this. Okay, and I think that's probably about how close I want it. Okay, so I was telling you about the washi. It's like, I thought, oh, if I put it on here, it's going to show all the patterns. So I put it on a piece of paper. Janet from Love or RTS Scrapbooking, she showed us that. And it's like, I love that because here it looks so brown and kind of dreary. And I put it on here and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love it. So up in the sketch, she actually has string tied around here, but I'm going to use this. And I'm going to pull it a little bit more towards one side than the other. Kind of like, I think it looks like it needs to go this way. But I'm going to have it overlap a little bit here, but I'm going to have an embellishment over here. So I'm going to let it overlap a little bit more on this side. So I just took a scrap because I didn't need a great big long piece, and I didn't even measure to see if it was the size I wanted it for this because I figured it was close and I could cut it off or overlap it. And I actually did 3 other ones because I didn't know which ones I wanted. So I'm not going to use those ones. I'm just going to use this one. And then this is going to be really funny because I never use cluster bases, but since I had out my Counterfeit Ephemera Market embellishments or ephemera, I'm going to use this, but it's like it's not really going to be. It's almost like just another decoration because it's not really going to be much of a base for anything. And then I had brought in the the foam stickers from Simple Stories, and I'll have it all listed below. Okay, so I'm going to bring together right on top of that washi, but centered above my picture. And then I have, oh, and I actually have the wrong thing there. I guess it doesn't matter, because my other word is treasured. Okay, so I think I'll leave the together there because it really doesn't matter. Okay, I just chose two. Okay, and then I have the chipboard, and I'm thinking I need to put tape on it because every time I put down chipboard, it's like 2 minutes later, it's just, you know, not sticking anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tape it. And I'm gonna put this right over the edge of that washi tape and a little bit of my little tab thing that I have there. And I've got my little string hanging out. Okay, and then I've got a butterfly that I'm gonna stick up here too. And if I can get the little tapes off it. And I've already got my foam things on here, and I just cut like those smaller foams. I cut them into 2 pieces, and I put some underneath each of the wings. So if you haven't seen me do this before, and then I bend up the wings. And I'm going to glue it so it kind of comes over that flower. And now I might actually have too much dimension, but we'll see. Oh, that did want to pop up. All right, I mean, even with the extra tape, so I'll probably be gluing underneath that too. And then I have this butterfly that's a half of one, or it's, you know, it's flying sideways, so you're not really seeing both wings. And I like it that they have some of these, because sometimes you think, oh, well, they wouldn't all be like that. You know, wings spread open. So I've got this tan one. Whoa. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of overlap that, my little tab. Okay. Oh, here comes the husband. And then I have, I actually have my journaling. I just have Grandma Mary Quincy, my mom Mary Lou Quincy, or Coulthard, that's her married name. And then me, I just wrote me, and then I put Danielle Marie Byrne. Was her name then. Now she's married. So I'm gonna put that here. And I'm just gonna kind of just barely tuck it in there because I have filled up the whole thing. And that was a piece that was in this ephemera bits. I don't see it, but it was in there. Okay, so then I have another chipboard piece. And again, I'm gonna tape it. So I've got the diagonal design going on that's in the sketch. Oh, and I'm going to, I forgot my little cluster bases that don't cluster much, but I like the little added color because everything's really pastel. You know, there's the little darker leaves, but my grandma and my mom, they're very pastel, and then me and my daughter Danny, we're darker. So I thought this kind of, it's a little darker than this, but not as dark as we are, but I like the colors all together. And I just thought, when I was looking through my pictures today, it's like, I thought, oh my gosh, all the colors like are my collection obsession. So that's why I planned that. Okay, so I've got 2 of these little tabs that were from my knockoff ephemera or counterfeit. And I am going to put those there and then put my chipboard right overlapping that. And then this time I've got a tan butterfly, I've got a yellow butterfly, and now I've got a blue butterfly. And again, I've got the 4 foam pieces, which are little half foams. And these ones, I have some that, these ones have different size, and these are like low profile. I really like these. And you just have to, they do have them at cherry on top. So I'm overlapping that again. So again, the one little wing is up a little higher. Okay, now I'm gonna put down my title. So I'm gonna pause a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, there's my title. So it's 4 generations. And I have to say that was the easiest it ever was, and I think it's because all the letters are exact same size. Okay, and then I have treasured, which I was actually going to put up there, but I think I like that up there because it's more formal. And then I'm sticking this, I'm going to center it like in the middle of the doily. It says treasured. Okay, and then my enamel dots, I kind of was thinking about bringing black in because I have black here and here. Otherwise, this dark green, because I like that with it too. I guess I kind of wanted something dark. Now this, it's kind of, well, it actually looks just like that, but you know, it's like these 2 greens, they work together so it looks good, or they're the same family. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do the dark green. Okay. And, you know, since I've clumped them together, they're hard to pull off the plastic, but I like just pulling out green when I'm pulling out green. So the husband's home with the plants. He got some tomatoes and jalapenos. Because, you know, I gotta make more chili mix because I would hate it if I ran out. It's like, it's my go-to meal when I, you know, because it's already partially made when you have it canned like that. So I love that. And these are hard to get off, but okay, where do I want these? I think I'm gonna try to keep them on that over here. And do I want any place else, or is that enough? I think it's good. All right, so that's it for today, the collection obsession. I will have everybody else who is also doing the collection obsession. You know, everybody has a different collection, and they're gonna do 4 layouts out of it, just like me. Now I'm a little bit behind, so I'll be catching up here shortly. So thank you for joining me. Make sure you check out everybody else, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.